I have to bring up Demi Lovato. Speaking about, Cruel Intentions, saying, that helped her realize she was queer, the kiss between Cecile, Selma Blair's character, and, and Catherine. Just what goes through your head when you hear that? Because I'm sure it's a common story.
Extreme joy. It's the biggest form of flattery. I got, a bunch of texts like all of a sudden the other day, and I sent it to Selma and Sarah as well. We all tweeted about it. Look, it's like, it's the thing I'm kind of most proud of Cruel Intentions, like 22 years later, is that, when we were making the movie, that Sebastian have his relationship with Blaine, who is gay, he didn't care. He just didn't care. And like, that was a very strong decision on my part years ago. Like, I just want to make this statement without hitting people over the head of it.
Yeah.
And that, and like, so when I see, on Will and Grace last year, that Sean, there's a bit where Ryan Phillippe sits down next to Sean Hayes and he's talking about Ryan's gunshot and Cruel Intentions. It's now in the zeitgeist that if whatever I could do to help the LGBTQ community, I'll take it. I love it.
Yeah. I was gonna say every month it seems like on Twitter there's a post what made you gay, and it's Ryan Phillippe's butt from that movie and and Batman and Robin, Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, right. Like, no, I'm thrilled by it. I couldn't be happier.
And last question on
please.
I know you've worked on 2 different TV projects trying to continue the story. We had Manchester Prep, which became Cruel Intentions 2, and then the 2015 series, which for some ungodly reason that I will never understand, didn't get off the ground. Just what do you think happened there, and would you entertain the idea of trying again? Maybe now that we're streaming is such a bigger thing now than it was 5 years ago. And
I think I would. It was that came out of the musical,
which I
the
love.
Pilot idea. It was really just. I will give full props to Jordan Ross and Lindsay Rosen, who were the two who did the musical, and then we're saying, "Hey, we got an idea for a TV show," and I'm like, "Oh my God, let it go." And then I heard them, and we kind of spitball, and we're like, "This is actually a good idea." And then we ran with it. We got really close, and they couldn't find it on the schedule. So maybe, if a good idea comes, I won't force it.
Yeah.
I'm protective of the brand. And I'm so happy with how the musical has taken off and it's playing internationally now that, you never say no, but it just, it continues to live on. So I'm thrilled with that.